Still an Overlord just hanging out there. Looks like Carapace 1 has been upgraded by X-Ray. Yeah, it's Air Carapace 1, I should say. I'm not even sure what to call that, honestly. In the meantime, 2 gateways up, and looks like, yeah, still just standard build. Looks like DirtyBird's waiting to expand before he does anything more. And it looks like Overlord. Was that an Overlord killed of X-Ray. X-Ray has a huge Mutalisk force that's just hanging out in the middle. IdRa, in the meantime, is starting to expand. He almost has his second expansion up. IdRa's still just hanging out at his natural. It looks like he put down a Sunken Colony instead of anything else. So a Sunken Colony, his looks like a full control group versus basically the 2 control groups of X-Ray. So it's going to come down to a lot of micromanagement here if they're going to be able to hold this. And honestly, I mean, yeah, IdRa does have those 2 spore colonies inside of his main, but it's just a lot of Mutalisks for X-Ray in the meantime. Really, that's kind of the differential. In the meantime, DirtyBird is just producing some Dragoons. Looks like he's got another dropship out and just taking his secondary. Looks like, wow, X-Ray going to expand another time. He's going to go basically for the base that's in between him and DirtyBird. Almost called him Spades again. Just going to leave that 6 o'clock location, or yeah, that 6 o'clock location alone. Artosis now has the 2 ComSat stations up, has 4 factories down. Looks like he's just absolutely pumping Goliath at the moment, starting to ComSat around the map. He's another dropship out, but isn't doing anything with it at the moment. Another hatchery being put down by IdRa. IdRa still hasn't expanded. He put down a Hydralisk Den, interestingly enough. Checking, it doesn't look like he's upgraded Carapace, so not really getting any more use out of that evolution chamber. Looks like he has about a control group and a half of Mutalisks, but not really anything more in that regard. In the meantime, X-Ray looks like, yeah, he is that 2 full control groups of mules just hang out. Looks like Artosis is starting to move some SCVs along the 6 o'clock location. Looks like he's just kind of scouting out. He might be going after that mineral wall. Nothing stopping him. That Overlord is going to see that SCV there at that mineral wall. It looks like Artosis is stopping short. Artosis, in the meantime, has a lot of Goliaths, and he's starting to ferry them into the middle map artifact, and that could be really dangerous if that doesn't get squashed rather rapidly. And it looks like and that control group and a half of IdRa's is coming alongside to provide some support. And so it looks like basically they're going to try to take the map artifact here and probably position going after X-Ray. Neither looks like DirtyBird and X-Ray haven't opened up that mineral in between them, so they cannot provide support to one another. So basically, the only kind of area that's open as far as the ground goes is the 9 o'clock. Basically, the 9 o'clock mineral line has been taken down. Still, those Mutalisks patrolling across the middle of the map, but it's a full control group of Goliaths out that already have the Weapon 1 upgrade, and I believe they already have the Charon booster upgrade, just starting to be ferried up by Artosis. And it looks like actually 2 control groups actually of Goliaths here, as well as that control group and a half of Mutalisks from IdRa. And IdRa's starting to pump more Mutalisks now that he's got that 3rd hatchery up. The difference, though, is I don't think he went weapons 1 instead of armor 1. Interesting. So going for a very heavy. It doesn't look like it's going to make a difference, though, because it looks like Carapace 1 weapons 1 has also been upgraded by X-Ray. In the meantime, a lot of dropships being produced and a lot of Dragoons and dropships being produced on the opposite side from DirtyBird. So it looks like they might be going for a backside drop on IdRa, and a lot more turrets going down inside that 6 o'clock natural for Artosis. And looks like some. I think that might have been spotted out. I think an Overlord might have spotted those forces that were pushing out. Now IdRa and wow, so a lot happening here. So IdRa and Artosis starting to move out. They're deciding where to go. In the meantime, the Dragoons are starting to move towards the mineral line of IdRa to be ferried across. A ton of Dragoons. Actually, he might go for the map artifact as well. They're going after X-Ray's 9 o'clock expansion here, and so he's going to have to turn around rather rapidly here. But he's got a ton of Mutalisks. Looks like there is a Sunken Colony that's protecting, is pseudo-protecting there. It looks like those, and that's not going to hurt X-Ray too much because he does have that additional expansion. Now those units being ferried across here. They're unfortunately for DirtyBird, even though his units are being ferried across, they're going to be engaged directly here by all those Mutalisks and all those Goliaths, so he's probably going to lose a lot of these dropships, as well as a lot of these forces. Some Corsairs being brought up alongside to try to deal with these Mutalisks, but they're being taken just absolutely rampage, yeah, by those Goliaths on the ground. Let's see if X-Ray no, instead is going to go for that natural, and that's where that buttload of turrets is going to come in. So the Dragoons trying to engage these Mutalisks, but it looks like 2 more control groups have been created. And wow, X-Ray just absolutely just pushing through all of those turrets. There was basically, I think, basically 9 turrets there, but the 2 control groups of turret just ripping through it. Going to be able to take the natural. IdRa's gathering back up, has retreated from that from DirtyBird's expansion. Looks like he's going to lose that expansion at the 6 o'clock location. Some Goliaths trying to retreat back. It looks like they're gathering alongside the Mutalisks. Mutalisks now going in, and honestly, wow. Artosis is kind of staring at a huge fight between IdRa's Mulisks and X-Ray's Mulisks, and I think X-Ray's going to win out because I think he's ahead. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, they're even on upgrades. The question is who had more Mulisks? Now some Goliaths coming in from the 6 o'clock location. That basically a second control group from WoW, and a significant win because those Goliaths came up. Oh, I take it back. Again, it's hard to tell with the colors, but it looks like X-Ray got out just in time. Has a huge group of Mulos, still a control group and a half, working with him. And yeah, so Artosis loses his expansion. X-Ray really doesn't take any cost, and IdRa in the meantime has a lot of basically Goliaths kind of stranded out in the middle. He hasn't been able to do as much economic damage as he really wanted to. So IdRa and Artosis kind of taking a bit of an economic hit, especially Artosis, but he still has a huge group of Goliaths out in the middle. Looks like some Dragoons are being kind of transported across the middle. So Spades, I'm sorry, DirtyBird. I keep doing that. Sorry. Shout out to Spades in the meantime. DirtyBird in the meantime, there it looks like gathering up. IdRa trying to once again catching DirtyBird as he was trying to drop some more Dragoons into the middle, but getting quickly mopped up by a combination of Mulisks and Goliaths there. And now it looks like the huge group, the group and two groups of Mulisks pushing into IdRa's main. I don't know again if IdRa has enough to push this off. He just does not have enough Mulisks to really push this off. And I think this is going to be it for IdRa, and I think this is going to be GG for Media. So yeah, chasing that down. It looks like they're just going to concentrate on the main. It's really annoying how the backside of Mulisks look exactly brown. But yeah, he's going to be able to took out the Hydralisk Den. Going to be able to take out a lot of stuff here, and some looks like some Corsairs coming up to support. Going to be able to take out looks like took out the Spire as well. So IdRa's completely breached. Artosis is trying to bring up some backup forces, just trying to march some Goliaths across the right-hand side of the map. I just don't think they're going to be able to get there in time before this layer is taken out. And it looks like X-Ray now starting to back off. He's already done a lot of damage, though. He's basically taken off the Spire, disrupted all of the economy there. Looks like IdRa's basically now retreated his main. He's got that Spire going up. Two more dropships in the meantime. So Artosis is starting to re-expand the 6 o'clock location. Looks like he's trying to double expand, and that's really dangerous because if X-Ray comes across those, he has no defense. The entirety of his forces are in the upper right-hand corner at the moment. Looks like IdRa's going to try to open up that top corner now, and still a lot of Dragoons being produced by DirtyBird. They haven't really been much of a factor. Now X-Ray catching both those expansions, going to be able to hit it, and yeah, Artosis has a long way to go back and try to defend this, and his main is quite a bit exposed. He doesn't really have any Goliaths in position to defend there. I think he realizes that he's bringing all those Goliaths back down to 6 o'clock location, also trying to bring up bring over as many troops as he can. So X-Ray really kind of depicting the flow of the game right here, and also you got to keep in mind these Dragoons are going to be up to something soon. Yeah, coming across the main, engaging what looks like about 8 Goliaths. It's not going to be enough. IdRa trying to come alongside to help out. Looks like they are armor 1 upgraded, so that's at least something. A big fight happening over the factories, but I just think X-Ray has far too many Mutalisks to really be effective. But it looks like the support group, basically the group that has finally made it to the right. Now a big drop, or not a big drop, it looks like about 6 Dragoons being ferried across. More Dragoons coming for DirtyBird into IdRa's main, so it looks like he's going to be able to take out the hive here, or I'm sorry, the lair here. Looks like Artosis on the opposite side is trying to siege the natural of DirtyBird. And probably not enough. Looks like the Mutos are going to go in there. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. But in the meantime, and now he's switching on the opposite side, going to try to take out some of the drones of a X-Ray there. But in the meantime, that lair has been taken out in the upper right-hand corner. Goliath's trying to go up to that position, but honestly, probably not a wise maneuver against that large group of Dragoons. So IdRa, in the meantime, looks like he's expanded again to the bottom right 9 o'clock position. So they managed to halt. So basically, Media's managed to halt some of the production here at the natural, basically both the natural expansions outside of the upper left-hand corner, but at the cost of IdRa's base. Looks like Artosis is going to try to push in against these Dragoons. He's going to be successful in doing so with these Goliaths. Yeah, able to kill a lot of forces there. Looks like IdRa has GG'd at that point. Artosis is also GG'd. So yeah, just not enough. Too far behind economically, too far behind in production. So yeah, Media losing game 2. So looks like I believe it is 2-1 now at this point. Congratulations to SMI. So 2-0, and we're going to go into the third match. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry for all the map confusion in the beginning. Honestly, I've only seen this map like 3 times. But yeah, thanks for listening. Special thanks to all those guys, Artosis, X-Ray, DirtyBird, and who am I missing? IdRa, for letting me sit in and cast that. Switch it over to Cyreaver for game 4. Thanks for listening.